It's the regional record extending 850th episode of the Jim King of the TV show on Fox 4 and the CW. And we're celebrating this magnificent milestone with the grand conclusion of our father and son miniseries of the Jim King of the TV show, Southeast Texas Style. During the half hour, we'll air exclusive concert footage and interview with Casey Chestnut live at Honky Tonk, Texas. We'll check out his legendary dad, Mark, also at Honky Tonk, Texas.
And I want you to take a good look at this guitar strap right here. Look here, Jim King. See that? Guitar strap says G. See there? This guitar strap belongs to George Jones. Now it's mine.
We'll feature the Honky Tonk, Texas fabulous flashback. We'll also wear Mark Chestnut's debut music video as our Pine Tree Lodge music clip of the week from Nashville. And Casey Chestnut will be in the Royal Spotlight. Sponsored by Bradley's Collision Center. King of the Road. Howdy and welcome to the Jim King of the TV show on Fox 4 and the CW. I'm Jim King of the Road. This week we're celebrating our 850th episode and extending our regional record for an independently produced local entertainment-based TV program. Man, how time flies when you're having a royal time. We're marking this magnificent milestone by concluding our father and son mini-series featuring Mark and Casey Chestnut. Of course, they're mainstays on King's Country Internet Radio. And I'm here to tell you won't find a better country music mix anywhere on earth than King's Country. That includes terrestrial AM/FM radio, satellite radio, or the internet. Listen to the other stations for a few minutes, then stream King's Country and your listening pleasure will increase big time. King's Country plays 58 minutes of killer country per hour, and we designed and launched King's Country with the Southeast Texas country fan in mind. In less than 100 years, radio has come a long, long way. We've gone from this to this. Alexa, play King's Country on TuneIn.
King's Country from TuneIn.
And this. Now you can stream us everywhere. King's Country streams the most magnificent country music mix on the planet 24/7. Stream King's Country Internet Radio on your PC, smart speaker, mobile device, or in your vehicle with your Bluetooth connection. King's Country streaming worldwide and crystal clear on TuneIn, iTunes, Live 365, and at kingscountry.net. And stream the multi-award-winning and nationally recognized Jim King of the Radio show middays Monday through Friday on King's Country at kingscountry.net. It rules. Now ride shotgun with me to Honky Tonk, Texas and Silsbee, Texas to check out Beaumont boy Casey Chestnut live. We always cruise Cadillac style, as seen and heard on Southeast Texas TV and radio.
Extra large and turbocharged. It's the King of the Road show.
Oh, hi, go to the time.
One man has the power to take you behind the scenes. Jim King of the Road.
Jim King of the Road.
Being on the run is one thing I found. You don't miss the sun till the sun goes down. To get to heaven, I can go through hell. Will I learn my lessons? And I've learned the will. If I'm going down in flames, it's a moment on. There ain't nothing's gonna be the same. But one thing's for certain, everybody's gonna know my name. If I'm going down in flames.
Casey Chestnut, his album's called, actually an EP, down Mexico way.
Yeah, it's available for streaming on all the platforms. Everywhere you can find music, it should be available. We actually got some new stuff coming out in January, February. So.
Still can't get over the fact that you moved to Nebraska. They don't have the kind of food we have down here, do they? You miss the Cajun stuff and all the
I do,
Texan food here?
That's a big part of it is the food. That's what I really miss. But luckily my wife learned how to cook it before we left, so it's something we still make in the house.
So you write too?
Yeah. A lot of the stuff we are releasing is original material.
So in these couple episodes, we're doing Mark and Casey mini-series. I'm going to call it Father and Son.
That's awesome.
Mini-series. We'll do a couple of episodes as we cruise into the 850th episode of the Jim King of the TV show, but who's counting?
Yeah, that's cool, man. I appreciate you doing that and putting it on for us, man. That's awesome. We like to be a part of it.
I'm so glad to have you guys on so often, and I'm glad you come back to your neck of the woods. Because every time I come out and videotape you and put it on YouTube, it goes through the roof. I mean, it goes viral.
That's awesome. We're proud to do that for you, and we're glad that you do this for us because it's something that it's kind of a mutual thing here. We get the followers from the show, and we like to hopefully bring you guys some attention too.
So is Mark pretty settled there in Tennessee now? Did he buy a house and everything?
Yeah, he did. He's got a place up there now. They just finished the move, I think, a week or two ago. So they're all settled in.
Brother Jukebox, sister wine, other freedom, father time. Since she left me, not myself. You're the only family I've got around. Brother Jukebox, sister wine, other freedom, father time. Since you left me by myself, you're the only family I've got around. You're the only family I've got around. All right.
Still to come, we'll air Mark Chestnut's debut music video as our Pine Tree Lodge music clip of the week from Nashville. We'll also feature the Honky Tonk Texas Fabulous Splash Band. And Casey Chestnut will be in the Royal Spotlight. Sponsored by Bradley's Collision Center in Port Neches. But next we'll check out Mark Chestnut live at Honky Tonk Texas in Silsbee, Texas. Man, how time flies when you're having a royal time. It's the regional record extending 850th episode of the Jim King of the TV show. Texas Hot Country Magazine is one of the oldest magazines in the Houston area and affiliated with two Houston radio stations, the new 93Q and Country Legends. We target the very lucrative family-oriented country music and Texas music market. Grab the latest issue at TexasHotCountryMagazine.com and check out Jim King of the Road's new column. For Texas Hot Country Magazine advertising rates and information, please contact Leon Beck at 281-702-2242.
We are World Gym. Let's rock.
Bradley's Collision Center in Port Neches, Texas is celebrating 60 years in business. Where have you been? Bradley's Collision Center is an award-winning shop serving all of Southeast Texas since 1962. And it has been family-owned and operated by the Bradley family of Port Neches since the very beginning. Each and every one of their customers are treated like friends and family while receiving expert service. Bradley's Collision Center, 2639 Knoll Street in Port Neches, Texas. Call them at 722-9391. Cruise to Larry's Old Time Trade Days in Winnie, the first weekend after the first Monday of every month. Larry's Old Time Trade Days, where you can find it here.
And I want you to take a good look at this guitar strap right here. Look here, Jim King. See that? Guitar strap says G. See there? This guitar strap belongs to George Jones. Now it's mine. I met George Jones way back in the 80s, and we were friends, and we toured together, we recorded together, we sang together, we sat on the bus and drank beer together. I love George Jones. Y'all know I do. I grew up singing all of his songs down in Beaumont, every damn one of them. And then I got to record with him. I got to make a record with him way back in 1991 called Talking to Hank. Remember this one? While I was hunting wild turkey and sipping on Jim Beam, I walked up on something like I'd never seen. So deep in the woods where I thought I was alone, stood a structure, something or someone called home. I saw a shotgun and a guitar and a six-pack beer. Sign on the front door said, "Guess who lives here?" No red-balled hound that was older than time, and an old man that swore he was only 29. And I swear he looked just like old Hank. I wouldn't bet with a nickel that ain't. I got goosebumps and dizzy, feel kind of faint, but I think I've been talking to Hank. I do. This is what we are all about, is doing honky-tonk shows, and tonight at Honky Tonk, Texas, that's what we're doing. And
you put out an album called Saving the Honky Tonk.
Saving the Honky Tonk, yep. So that's what it's always been about for me. I started out playing in the honky tonks, and that's what I've always done. We play everything else other than honky tonks. You know, we play big casinos and fairs and just everything, you know, what have you. We play it all. But I started out in the honky tonk, so our music is geared for that.
This place was built for you, Honky Tonk, Texas, in Silsbee, Texas, by God. And I hear there's a rumor that you like this local station.
King's Country, streaming 24/7 and 365 from Beaumont, Texas. Stream us often at TuneIn, iTunes, Live 365, and at kingscountry.net.
It's so much fun to be able to turn the radio on and hear songs that I heard 30 years ago.
Over 30 years ago, a teenaged Mark Chestnut made his first appearance on the Charlie Pruitt Show in Beaumont.
Sure enough about closing time, that stormed out of my mind, and I end up with some honky-tonk special I found.
Big old hat with long hair.
And your hat had this shiny silver stuff all around it, kind of like a
not
crown.
like that.
No,
it wasn't as big as that, but it was not like yours. Yeah, I was trying to look like Hank Jr.
Yeah.
King of the Road.
Here comes this week's Honky Tonk, Texas Fabulous Flashback.
Casey Chestnut, everybody. Y'all have been the greatest people in the world to support our family all these years. The Miller family, God bless you. We love y'all. Greg Fountain. Everybody. Let's all say, hell yeah! Jim King.
King of the Road.
That was this week's Honky Tonk, Texas Fabulous Flashback.
Since 2008, Honky Tonk, Texas and Silsbee, Texas has featured a steady stream of the very best in local, regional, and national touring bands. Pack up your posse and boot scoot over to Honky Tonk, Texas for great concerts, dancing, drinking, and dining. Of course, steak night is every Thursday, and don't forget about the Honky Tonk Grill. Visit them online at facebook.com/honkytonktx and at honkytonktexas.us. Honky Tonk, Texas and Silsbee has been entertaining Southeast Texas since 2008. Where have you been?
The key to Terrell doing a job, they're not going to carry a yard up and they'll clean it up. You won't even know they're there, except for when they grind the stumps. They don't pick up the grindings. They let it down there because it's good fertilizer. Tree drive come out very, very well. We had 8 big trees to cut down. They had to fall in different directions. It didn't do no damage to the yard. It just come out very, very well.
It's the regional record extending 850th episode of the Jim King of the TV show on Fox 4 and the CW.
King of the Road.
Howdy, and thanks again for watching the Jim King of the TV show on Fox 4 and the CW. I'm Jim King of the Road. Later in this episode, Casey Chestnut will be in the Royal Spotlight, brought to you by Bradley's Collision Center in Port Neches, Texas. But now it's time to air a classic Mark Chestnut music video as our Pine Tree Lodge music clip of the week from Nashville. The legendary Pine Tree Lodge has long been a favorite Southeast Texas destination for scenery, live music, dining, dancing, and drinking. And Pine Tree Lodge now has a fabulous brunch menu from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sundays. In case you hadn't heard, Pine Tree is now open on Mondays and Tuesdays. Their regular menu will not be available on those days. Instead, they have partnered with Buffalo Wild Wings and Old West Smoke Company to offer a fantastic menu made fresh to order in Pine Tree's kitchen. Join your friends there for Monday Night Football. It all happens in the scenic setting of Taylor's Bayou in LaBelle, Texas. Cruise to Pine Tree Lodge soon and tell Mike, Sandy, and Norma Miller that Jim King of the TV and radio sent you. Of course, Mark Chestnut was born and raised right here in Beaumont, Texas, and he filmed parts of his debut music video, Too Cold at Home, at Pine Tree Lodge way back in 1990. During his legendary career, Mark has sold over 15 million albums and 14 #1 hit singles. Here comes His Highness Mark Chestnut with that debut music video, Too Cold at Home, as our Pine Tree Lodge music clip of the week from Nashville.
In sports, last night in Oakland, Nolan Ryan pitched the 6th no-hitter of his career. Boy, oh boy, Nolan's hot, isn't he? Talk about hot. It's hot everywhere here in Southeast Texas. Weatherman says hot and windy with no rain in sight. Today's high will top the 100-degree mark for the 10th day in a row. I'll tell you something, neighbors. I don't know how much more of this we can stand. Humidity's up around 70%. That'll give us a heat index of about 110. And tonight, well, tonight's not going to be much better. Another muggy night on the bayou with lows in the 80s. Man, oh man, oh man. Well, like they say, you can't do nothing about the weather. So let's get back to more music.
Well, it sure feels good to come in here and just pull up a seat. A frosty mug of a cool one helps to beat the heat. These old dog days of summer, Lord, I'll be glad when they're gone. It's too hot to fish, and too hot for golf, and too cold at home. That baseball game on TV takes me back to when I was a kid. We proudly wore those uniforms just like the Dodgers did. Yeah, we won a few and lost a few, and for me it still goes on. It's too hot to fish, and too hot for golf, and too cold at home. Well, I gotta go to work. Well, I only planned on 1 or 2. I might stay for 3 if that good-looking thing in the corner keeps smiling back at me. Yeah, it's so easy not to care about what's right or what's wrong. hot to fish, and too hot for golf, and too cold at home. That good-looking thing in the corner keeps smiling back at me. Yeah, it's so easy not to care about what's right or what's wrong. It's too hot to fish, and too hot for golf, and too cold at home. It's too hot to fish, too hot for golf, and too cold at home.
New forecast is in. It's calling for a high now of about 102. Partly cloudy, hot, and continued dry. There's ain't no relief in sight, is there? So let's get back to more music.
The legendary Pine Tree Lodge in LaBelle, Texas has been owned and operated by the Miller family since 1984. And in 1990, Southeast Texan and country music superstar Mark Chestnut filmed his debut music video there.
Well, it sure feels good to come in here and just pull up a seat.
A generation later, his son Casey Chestnut.
Frosted mud of a cool one helps to beat the heat.
My son, Casey Chestnut.
Since 1984, the Millers have kept it going with fabulous music, food, dancing, and scenery. Stopping there soon. Coming up next, Casey Chestnut will be in the Royal Spotlight. Sponsored by Bradley's Collision Center in Port Neches. Man, how time flies. We're having a royal time. It's the regional record extending 850th episode of the Jim King of the TV show. 5 Star Feeds, located at 580 Highway 365 in Port Arthur, Texas, has it all, and they are locally owned by Tina Bean. 5 Star has all the feed you could possibly need, as well as planting and garden supplies, horse saddles and tack, and a kennel with dog grooming and boarding. 5 Star Feeds in Port Arthur, Texas.
Pine Tree Lodge in LaBelle has overcome a lot in the past few years with hurricanes, floods, a demolition, and the pandemic. But the Miller family has come back better than ever. Pine Tree Lodge, where the road ends and the fun begins, in the scenic setting of Taylor's Bayou. Dance to live music Thursday through Sunday, and stop in soon for fantastic atmosphere, friendly folks, and delicious food and drink. Pine Tree Lodge in LaBelle, Texas.
I guess I'm going to play one of my songs for you guys. This is off the Down Mexico Way album. This song's called Mexico Way. Down Mexico Way, there's an old city just off the coast. The girls are all pretty, scenery flows. It sure goes down good in the sun. Time moves us slow. There's boats on the ocean. Nobody cares, where nobody is going. That's where you go when you run out of places to run. 'Cause I spent a lifetime one night lost in the Spanish she spoke. And I 'cause maybe she's waiting on me. No, I had to leave. I left in a hurry and had to hurt her as much as it hurt me, 'cause the feeling we found was something so hard to find. I tried to move on here in Laredo, and I feel the view, and I've never let go of that desert rose. I still dance through dreams of my mind. I spent a lifetime one night lost in the Spanish she spoke, and eyes deep as the sea. And I have been thinking I might start heading Mexico way, 'cause maybe she's waiting on me. I've been thinking I might start heading Mexico way, 'cause maybe she's waiting on me.
Bradley's Collision Center in Port Neches, Texas is celebrating 60 years in business. Where have you been? Bradley's Collision Center is an award-winning shop serving all of Southeast Texas since 1962. And it has been family-owned and operated by the Bradley family of Port Neches since the very beginning. Each and every one of their customers are treated like friends and family while receiving expert service. Bradley's Collision Center, 2639 Knoll Street in Port Neches, Texas. Call them at 722-9391.
Cruise to Larry's Old Time Trade Days in Winnie, the first weekend after the first Monday of every month. Larry's Old Time Trade Days, where you can find it here.
Fall into your dream home or list your palace with the Queen of Realtors, Suzanne Simmons of RE/MAX One. Call her today at 409-880-5307. There's no better realtor in all of Southeast Texas.
I guess we're ready to rock. Oh, hail to the king.